Monkey business!
Hello Year 11. As you know by now, case studies are really important for the GCSE 50% exam, and we're going to go through another one now that's really important. Hopefully one that you know an awful lot about. You need to know about coastal landforms, how they're created, and you need to know some examples on the Dorset coastline. So we're going to look at coastal landforms on the Dorset coastline. First of all, the Dorset coastline is made up of bands of rock. And when we talk about geology, we need to know about two types of rock, hard and soft rock. And those bands of rock are really important for this particular case study, so always remember the Dorset coastline is made up of hard and soft rock. 4 different landforms, maybe 5 that we're going to look at. The first of all is Durdle Door. Durdle Door is an example of an arch. An arch is created first of all by erosion, and it's when the waves crash against a headland, they make a crack in that headland, which over time leads to a bigger crack and eventually leads to an arch. After an arch has been created, there are occasions when the gravity pulls down on that arch and turns it into a stack, but we'll talk more about that later. Sydney, what on earth have you got on? Why are you wearing sunglasses, Sydney?
I'm so cool. I'm going to go down to the beach, throw some shapes, do some surfing. Sydney's cool.
Why's your voice gone so low, Sydney?
Because I'm cool.
Okay, Sydney, good. Now, Sydney, sunglasses not allowed on in school. That's the second thing on your blue card. You're up to 2 now, Sydney.
Oh no.
Take them off. I'll take those, Sydney, thank you. Blue card, Mrs. Wilkes will be on her way if we're not careful, Sydney.
Not Wilkesy.
Not Wilkesy,
Woo!
Definitely Wilkesy. Okay. Durdle Door is a crack in the limestone headland caused by erosion, which over time turns into a cave and eventually into an arch. Our second example is Lulworth Cove. Lulworth Cove is caused again by erosion when the band of hard rock is eroded a little bit to form an opening in the hard rock. That then leads to the soft rock, which is located behind the hard rock, which erodes much faster. So you've got a bigger area of the soft rock that's eroded, you've got a smaller area of the hard rock that's been eroded. That's
Mr. Swallow, instead of saying hard and soft, if I'd said in my exam less resistant for the soft rock and more resistant for the harder rock, would that get me more marks?
I think you probably would, Sydney. Yeah, that's a very good point. Well done, Sydney. Good point. I like it. We've got 2 more examples to look at. Next one is Chesil Beach. Chesil Beach is something called a tombola. A tombola is caused by deposition. And deposition is when bits of material are dropped off. Before bits of material are dropped off, you've got something called longshore drift, where bits of eroded material are moved along the beach, there's no groins to stop them, and the beach almost moves further along and creates part of a new beach called a tombola.
It's massive! Look at that! It stretches from Portland right the way down the coastline. Wow!
You're quite right. It joins the Isle of Portland to the mainland, so it's a beach that's been created by longshore drift.
Mr. Swallow, is that called is it a tombolo?
You're quite right, well done, a tombola.
Why am I so clever, Mr. Swallow?
You've obviously got very good geography teachers. So
well, you know who teaches me, don't you?
It's not Mr. Vav, obviously.
Yes,
it is
he's
Mr.
the
Vav,
best.
is it?
Woohoo!
Well
Vavy
done,
rules!
I know, well done. Finally, we've got Swanage Bay and Studland Bay. Both of those are created by erosion when waves crash against the cliff face and against the rock, mainly destructive waves, which cause the softer rock to be eroded. You've got headlands either side of the bays, and you've got bays of areas of soft rock that has been eroded.
Mr. Swallow, is that called a discordant coastline?
Very good, Cindy. You know your geographical terms. Well done. Good stuff. Coastal landforms at the Dorset coastline are your examples that you need to know. You've got 4 of them: Durdle Door, Lulworth Cove, Chesil Beach and Studland Bay and Swanage Bay as well. Really important case study. Okay, Sydney, with that?
Yeah! Well, good! I'm off to the beach now. See ya! With reference to a case study you have looked at, explain what landforms can be found at the coastline.